should I tell like the story or anything with the songs, or just play the songs?
Do whatever you want.
Yeah, you can do that. Whatever feels good. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can say a little word, whatever.
Okay. So there was this time in my life where like I had crushes on everyone. I was very single, and I was playing at some retreat, and this guy was giving the talk before I was gonna play music. And this guy is someone that I kind of knew before, but after he gave his talk and after I played music, he was still around with some other people, and we started chatting. And I was like, oh my gosh, am I in love? I think that I am. Like, it's for real this time. So I get home, and I go, and I'm from Minnesota, so I'm in Minnesota at my parents' house, and I go through the garage door, which was open. Like, the garage door was just open, which it never usually is, but it was. And I went through it, and I went inside the house, and I went to bed. Turns out it was like one of the coldest nights of the year, and the pipes froze, and they burst, and the hot water line was no more. And so the next morning, we had no hot water, and it was my fault because I left the garage door open. So that's in the song. Also on that night, after I got done playing, there was like some ladies that were like helping set up like coffee and donuts or something, church stuff. And they came up to me and they were talking. They're like, "Oh, you sounded so nice, blah, blah, blah. You don't sound like you're from Minnesota. You sound like you're from Nebraska." And I was like, Nebraska people don't sound like anything. Like, but yeah, I was born there. So that's weird. And so I was just kind of weirded out. So this song is just about some of those weird things that happened that night. And about me wishing that, oh, sorry, back up for a second. Yeah, so then that next weekend I played somewhere and that same guy gave a talk and I was like, wow, we're destined to be. And after he gave his talk, he didn't stick around for when I was going to play music. He actually left, which he was totally free to do because he did what his job was and then went home like a normal person. And I was crushed because we were predestined to fall in love that night further and then get married. So I wish he would have stayed. I sounded like Nebraska. I was caught off guard by the smile in your eye, the story you told, the time you cried. Mercy, Jesus. Oh, I wish that you would have stayed. Oh, I wish they froze in the morning late. It did explode and it was my fault, but also Minnesota. And I felt so bad for many weeks, but you brought me hope, a bit of peace. And I don't want this, no, I don't want this to stop. I wish that you would have stayed. Oh, I wish Turns out things do change because I'm engaged. Not to that person.
Mic drop.